If you want to see how I achieved this style, stay tuned for today's video. This style, it was a silk press. Instead of wasting this good old silk press, I am going to turn this style into a style that I can keep in my hair just a little while longer. It's looking like, let me try to pull this up so we can go. Okay, I think you can see better that way. So the only style I've really been doing is to pull it back like this with some clips. As you can see now, after a few showers, the roots are all puffed and it's starting to drop here. So that was a style. Then I just started to just take and just kind of twist it like this, and then also secure that with the little butterfly clips back there. At the end of the night, just take it off and just put the bonnet on, or just wear it like this to bed. And I realized this is not really a low manipulation style. I can feel my hairline up here starting to get kind of itchy, feeling like I need to wash it. But I don't want to, you know, like when you braid your hair, right? You want your hair to be in this state because it's easier to part. So I don't want to waste this style. So today we're going to do a little braid style. Not mini braids, but probably like medium-sized braids, depending on how I feel once I start braiding, okay? So let's get straight into it. I'm only going to try to only use these two products, Blue Magic, and this is a Don't Shrink on Jackie's product. And then I have, of course, my little spray bottle, a detangling brush, and a comb, which I don't think my hair needs to be detangled, some clips, as well as a scrunchie. And then we have this. So this is really the star of the show when it comes time. Here it is. You can see it better that way. This is the star of the show when it comes down to braiding. Or just doing a style and you really want to see what you're doing. If you take your time, you can do it right, okay? And it can look real nice. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video. You also got to do what works for you. So it looks like parting this way, like going from this side to this side, is harder for me than just parting straight up and down in my own head. So I'm just going to part this straight up and down and then use this small section here and then half it like that because it's easier. Okay, so I found this hair. Now, this is old hair. I've used this for a style before. When we first started this journey, I told you this was the hair that I actually took out my hair. That took out my head. I got it like a mini braid style done. I think it was right at $300 I spent for it. I'll link that video. Like I said, this is all the hair, so it doesn't look like very much hair. And what I'm gonna do, just because I really don't plan on doing my hair again until like August. Okay. I once kept mini braids in my hair for 6 months, and we'll see about that. This hair was not the same quality as the other hair when I used to do that, and then my ends were permed, okay? So it was a little harder to keep them from slipping. What I'm gonna do is just braid down. I'm gonna try this anyway. I'm gonna try to do it this way. Just braid down this part of the hair and add some hair at the end of the braid. And I'm gonna try and show you what I mean. So the shorter the hair, of course, you want more of the like false hair to be able to go in there. So I'm gonna try to stop braiding right about here. The back part of my hair, I have a problem with when I put the mini braids in. It doesn't like to stay. It's just the texture of the hair back there is a bit more, you know what I mean. It's a bit more loose, and so it doesn't, twists don't stay and mini braids don't stay, except when I use like hair like this. So let's try this out. So I just have the little pieces like this, and I'm just gonna start with this amount. So I hope that you can see that. It's right here. Okay, so here it is. As you can tell, like I said, the hair is natural, so it just kind of blends in, and it's the same color as my hair as well, so I don't have to be so meticulous in the way that I blend it. So, and then the top part, as you can tell, looks very natural because it is natural because I started with my hair. So I guess you would call it a feed-in. However, I'm not a hairstylist. I just didn't want to pay $300 to get a hairstyle one time. Actually, the lady was like, charged me, it was like $1,000+ to do like mini braid lock type of things. Now these aren't that many because I want to be able to redo them, but I do want them to last for a bit of time. So let's go ahead and finish with this, and then I'll come back once I have done quite. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip these two videos together, but my sister must have known that the girl was in distress and about to make a hot mess, okay? So literally while I was doing my hair, she called me and was like, what you doing? I'm like, hey girl, I'm doing my hair. And she's like, you can come over and I can do your hair. So that's how I end up with this next style. So I'd also like to add that neither one of us are hairstylists, but we grew up like getting our hair done under the carport by like other high school friends. Our mom also braided our hair. We didn't like, you know, like it was like family hairdos. So she's never cornrowed. It was her first time cornrowing, girl. She did my hair and it was real cute. You have to go watch some of the other videos to see the full style. Like when I first got it, I'll try to post a few pictures, but we were both surprised. And I was like, you know what? So from now on, I can just come and get you to do my hair. It'd be that simple. And I really love that. So if you got a friend, a sister, you know, you're not one of these people you're like, oh no, girl, it's got to be perfect. You guys can play and do each other's hair. It's just a no, girl. Okay, anyway, let's get into the video. I have this cute little hairstyle that my sister did for me, which I really, really like. See the back? But this part right here, I kind of just want them to be single so that I can wear them down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make these smaller. But first, I gotta take them down. So let me go ahead and take them down. Feels very moisturized. So what I'm gonna do, so I don't like mess up the parts that she did here, because that's my real big problem is parts. It's just go like that. And you have a little clip. And just, oh, that's not gonna work. Let's try this one. Okay. And then go ahead and braid like this. Now she used, you can see my hair was already like blown out, but it was like worn down. Okay, the blowout was, I blew it out and then flat ironed it, and then it was kind of like this. So she used Camille Rose, like a styling custard. Let me see if I have something similar because it made these look really nice and neat. Hold on, I'm gonna just go ahead and bring it with me since I did a little straightening up. Okay, so let's shop a little bit. I'm shopping my shelves. Now I didn't just buy all this stuff. It was up here and then I moved it down here so that I could see and then use it. So the product wasn't quite like this. It wasn't quite a gel. It was more along the lines of this. So I'm gonna try to use this. Just put a little, we don't need too much because it's already very much conditioned. Seal that off like that, make sure nothing's pulling here. And yeah, so it's very small. This might take just a little while, but really the part that I always had problems with to make them look nice and neat in a way that lets them last for a little while is the parting, and she took care of that for me. So this is the same style that I used to get when I paid, like I told you, the lady was charging me like $100 for it. She didn't do them this small. She did not do them this small. And she did not wash like or blow dry my hair. I had to do everything, which, you know, that's just how the stylists do these days. But I got tired of paying for that, and therefore I just cut off my hair. Guess what? We're not doing that no more. So here we are doing the same style. Literally one of my favorite go-to styles. So let me finish this up and I'm gonna come back to you when it's all done. So right here, I just wanted to show you how when I took out the braids, the hair was very, very like sleek because of the product that she used. All I had to do was brush my hair out with a detangling brush and it kind of like poofed out, okay? Like it gave me enough volume so that I could make the mini braids like the right size. So it's giving Perry the platypus right now, but I have one more left up here. Perry the platypus. I have one more left up here that I need to undo, and then I'm gonna wash these babies so it doesn't look so platypusy. All right, here we are, all finished. Everything's all plaited up. I did notice the top part of my hair where the cornrows were very crusty, so we're going to go ahead and wash this out. And hopefully, as I showed you some of the ends, like this, after I'm done washing it, it should curl up. Now I don't know if it's gonna curl up this good just because these are smaller in the front. If not, I might actually have to make both smaller. So let's go shopping for a little shampoo. All right, so we put this one back. That was good. I actually, once I empty out something else, I'm probably going to buy the product that she used for my hair because it did leave my hair feeling very conditioned. So let's go up here to the shampoo. Probably we're going to use this one for removes dandruff flakes, helps restore scalp's natural pH balance. I think we're going to go ahead and use this one. I do have a backup of that one. And then, you know what? I have this one. These are always really nice too. So let's do sulfur 8, and then I'll do the power wash as well. Again, I have a whole lot of product on my hair. The products from blow drying my hair, the products she used to twist to braid my hair, and then the products I just used to braid my hair. But my main focus is going to be my scalp. So let's start there. All right, so here it is after the first wash. As you can tell, it looks very, very different. But I'm gonna go ahead and wash it again. And for conditioner, let's see, we didn't use aftershave, so let's not do that. I can use this conditioner or this style of like leave-in conditioner, which I kind of want to use something. This is also a leave-in conditioner. I kind of want to have something that I can rinse out. Let's get this one. All right, so here I am after the double shampoo. Looks very nice, but feels very dry. So let's go with one of my favorite products, because we don't want dry now. on. So we're just gonna go ahead and wash this out, and I'll be right back. All right. So I guess just to finish up here, we're going to use a little honey hydrate. It's a leave-in conditioner. And then a little of this Lotta body mousse, because we wanted to have a Lotta body. Let's see, let's just go ahead. This side, and then we're also going to get little hair scrunchies like this. You kind of bend that up. A little dry. All right, girl, and here is the finished product or whatever. Okay, very versatile. Like I said, I really do love this hairstyle. I wish I would have known about it when I had much more hair. I'd probably have much more hair. Okay, mini braids is really the only reason my daughter has hair on her head, and I just really love the style. It's very versatile. I want to say before I go ahead and close out this video, when I did this style a long time ago, I think I kept it in my hair for like 3 to 6 months. I was not well versed in the fact that you also have to take care of your scalp. Even though your hair is like this, maybe the end parts of your hair, girl, feeling all good, bouncing and behaving, you still have to take care of your scalp. So please do that. Don't be like, oh, I don't want my hair to get frizzy, so I don't want to rub in my braids. No. Because my scalp really started to feel like slime. When it was covered with water, it was like, it started to feel like slime. And what it really was sebum on the scalp. Okay, so definitely take care of your scalp. Use the products you know your scalp like. Don't neglect your hair. You see the ends here, hope you can see that they're like this. I will tell you that when I wore the hair for 6 months, I will try to put pictures if I have them. If not, I'm sorry. You have to go watch those videos where I had my hair in the style. I used that weave hair, and they would slip periodically just because my hair was permed at the end. So I got a haircut, cut off the perm ends, and honestly, this is the look that I was going for with the weave. The weave didn't give me the little curled look at the end. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you have a question, ask one, and I'll see you in the next video.